When we are interested in looking at the difference in the averages of two population means, we do calculate the interval estimates for the difference between two population means. There are three important assumptions one need to consider when we calculate the interval estimate of the difference between two population means. The very first assumption that we should check whether the measurements xi and yi are independent. We also need to check the second assumption, whether the measurements in each population are normally distributed or not. And thirdly, we need to check whether the measurement in each population have known variance, or if not known, then whether they have the same variance, that is sigma square. To develop the expression for the interval estimate for the difference between two population means, it's very important that we understand the sampling distribution for the difference between two population means. And the sampling distribution of the difference between sample means when there is no difference between the population means can be given by mu x bar 1 minus x bar 2, which is equals to mu 1 minus mu 2 equals to 0. And the standard error of the sampling distribution can be given as the square root of the individual variances, that is sigma 1 square over n1 plus sigma 2 square over n2. So you take these two standard errors and they take the square root of it. Now, if two populations follow normal distribution, when the first follows the normal with mean mu1 and standard deviation sigma 1, and the second follows the normal distribution with mean mu2 and standard deviation sigma 2. Each sample are big enough in size n1 and n2, then the sampling distribution of the difference between means follows a normal distribution with given mean mu1 minus mu2 and the standard error, that is square root of sigma 1 square over n1 plus sigma 2 square over n2. So 100 into 1 minus alpha % confidence interval between two population means mu1 minus mu2 can be given by the expression given here. An examination of the confidence interval for the difference between population means provides information that is helpful in deciding whether or not it is likely that the two population means are equal. When we construct the interval estimates and the confidence interval does not include 0, we say that we have enough evidence to say that the two population means are not equal. But if the interval estimate contains 0, then we say that there is a possibility that the difference between the population mean can be 0, and both sample means can be equal. When we calculate the interval estimation of population mean, there is a case when population variance is unknown. In this module, we'll learn to calculate the interval estimate of population mean when the population variance is unknown. If an estimate of the population standard deviation S cannot be developed prior to the sampling, we use the sample standard deviation S to estimate sigma. That's the population standard deviation. This is the case when population standard deviation is unknown. In this case, the interval estimate of mu is biased on the t distribution. We'll assume for now that the population is normally distributed. Then the interval estimate is x bar plus minus t alpha by 2 s over under root n. 1 minus alpha is the confidence coefficient, t alpha by 2 is the t value providing an area of alpha by 2 in the upper tail of the t distribution with n minus 1 degrees of freedom, and s is the sample standard deviation. Let's take an example. Researchers studied the effectiveness of early weight-bearing and ankle mobilization therapies following acute repair of a ruptured Achilles tendon. One of the variables they measured following treatment was isometric gastrocilious muscle strength. In 19 subjects, the mean isometric strength of the operated limbs was 250.8 newtons, with a standard deviation of 130.9 newtons. We assume that these 19 patients constitute a random sample from the population of similar subjects. Here, we wish to calculate an interval estimate for the population mean for the mean isometric strength after surgery. We may use the sample mean, that is 250.8, as point estimate of the population mean. Because the population standard deviation is unknown, we must assume that the population values to be at least approximately normally distributed before constructing a confidence interval for population mean mu. So let us assume that such an assumption is reasonable. We have our estimator for population mean, that is mu x bar equals to mean, and our standard error is s over n root n, that is calculated to be 30.0305. We need to find the reliability coefficient, which will be value of t distribution with a confidence coefficient of 0.95. And at degrees of freedom n minus 1, which is 19 minus 1, 18. At 18 degrees of freedom and 95% confidence will make it 5% alpha significance level. We see the value is 2.101. Using this reliability coefficient, we get the mean plus minus reliability coefficient and the standard error. It gives us two values of the interval estimate that's called lower confidence limit, that is 187.7, and upper confidence limit, that is 313.9. This interval may be interpreted from both the probabilistic and practical point of view, which says that we are 95% confident that the true population mean mu is somewhere between 187.7 and 313.9, because in repeated sample, 95% interval constructed in like manner will include the value of the population mean. Here, we emphasize that a requirement for the strictly valid use of the t distribution is that the sample must be drawn from a normal distribution. Experience has shown, however, that moderate departure from the requirement can be tolerated. As a consequence, the t distribution is used even when it is known that the parent population deviates somewhat from normality. Most researchers require that an assumption of at least a mound-shaped population distribution be tenable. When the sample size is large, let's say more than 30, it does not make much difference whether we use z-score or t-score. But for the smaller sample sizes, t-score help us make better decisions.